Order the City Council special meeting for Monday, March 30th. Will you rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can you call the roll?
Councilor Malmberg. Councilor Jalata.
Here.
Councilor Martin.
Here.
Councilor Fulton. Mayor Paredes.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, and on to our business. The special reports for the Housing Needs Analysis Contract.
Thank you, Mayor Pareda, members of the council. Staff applied for and received a $100,000 grant award through Oregon's Housing Infrastructure Support Fund program to complete a formal housing needs analysis. The contract provides funding to hire a qualified consultant to complete a housing needs analysis and related infrastructure planning work based on the HNA outcomes. The city issued a request for proposals for professional services to prepare the housing needs analysis and received 4 proposals. Green Top stood out for its strong understanding of Brookings housing and land use context, its Southern Oregon planning experience, and its use of GIS tools to support parcel-based buildable lands and housing capacity analysis. The proposal also includes an interactive ArcGIS experience builder community portal that will provide Brookings residents, stakeholders, planning commissioners, and city council members transparent access to housing data, land inventory maps, and key findings throughout the project. Green Top also offered a clear work plan, strong principal involvement, and a scope that will fit well within the grant budget. While the other firms were also well qualified, Green Top received the highest overall score from all 4 members of the city's RFP evaluation committee, which was myself, City Manager Tim Rundell, Wendy Giordano, our grant manager, and Mayor Pareda. Attached, you'll see the bid tabulation on the next page, and the proposals are attached. Recognize that Green Top came in at the lowest in the 95,000. Johnson Economics came in really low, which is sort of an outlier. But yeah, all of them are attached, and if you have any questions, we do have them here in the audience if you're interested in inviting them up to the podium and meeting them and talking with them. But in the meantime, if you have any questions on our process, hand it over.
Would you guys like to start with comments and questions, or would you like to invite them up to ask questions and give their input?
Might be both.
Okay.
Do you have an example of engagement portal that you've done for someone else? We don't necessarily have to pull it up right here, but yeah, if you could point us to it.
Yes. Hi, I'm Nikki Hart. I am the principal GIS analyst for Green Top. And yes, these are actually some of my favorite things to do. And one that I provided as an example for this is the City of Talent Buildable Lands Inventory. I don't know if you were able to access that. I think I sent it to you as well, and that can be passed along. So the portal itself is like a website, but it's map-centric. So it has a lot of capacity for interacting with maps, clicking on particular parcels, and looking at what types of environmental impacts are on that piece of property, even going so far as to look at grants that might be available to develop vacant land. And it really centralizes things so that people can experience this process in a really transparent way. Does that answer?
Yeah, it did. And then do you envision the site being up, the portal being up for years kind of thing? I mean, is that And then is maintenance, when someone builds on a plot,
Sure.
and then 5 years from now, it still shows as empty.
Yeah,
That's-
that's a really good question. That was something that we actually touched on earlier. If I'm able to access internal resources for the city's GIS, I can actually build it inside of your GIS environment. And so that way it's owned by the city. There's, no cost and no concern for continuing to make sure that it's up and running. I don't have a timeline on things. I have a project currently running for the city of Jacksonville where we've done a really complex land use analysis, and we've been working on that since 22, I believe.
Long time.
Yeah, so that's 4 years in, and we just keep adding to it. It's relatively inexpensive to host, and I don't lock things down. But I make sure that you have all of your GIS data in a geodatabase format, but it's nice to have all of that content where the maps are made and everything is up and running. So we'll explore further whether that is something that we're able to do for the long term as a city resource, but I can carry that for an undetermined period of time without additional cost.
And I'll partially answer that as well. We don't have staff that handles GIS right now. We used to, but we don't now. So anything that's subject to change after it's been established, we would either contract out, which is an option, or have a staff person on hand that does it. Or we every once in a while will apply for a rare participant where we can have an intern essentially for 18 months from the college that we can have them focus on GIS. We can have them focus on certain things. The last one we had did the Parks Master Plan. So there's different avenues we can do or take to keep that system up and running.
And our goal with Lori Ziemer's retirement is the next person we hire have some GIS experience. That's our goal is to have that. So for projects like this, it would be great.
That's all I have.
Anything further? Councilor Martin?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Did either of you have any comments or anything else that you wanted to make that stood out?
No, I really like the engagement portal. I think, like our city manager said, that they really stood out amongst these proposals. And
I was grateful to be invited into the evaluation process, and the request for proposal was very clear, and the evaluation sheet that went along with it, Green Top clearly came out as the front runner. Each of us met or had our evaluations separately, and we all came up with the same result. Yeah. So I think some of the things that stood out to me specifically with Green Top was that it was very clear that you understand our market. It was very clear that you, a small town, was part of what really was clear in the RFP, and I feel like of everybody, you zeroed in on that really well. And the transparency piece and the community engagement pieces, to me, that made you the front runners. And we had some really great, strong proposals. I did speak to the mayor of Gold Beach about what their process looked like. And one of the things that she said to me was, it went really well, but she said they kept having to bring it back around to the small town, not large town. And so already that was kind of on the forefront of my mind as I was thinking through all of these. So yeah, I'm grateful that we got great proposals, but I'm really thrilled with Green Top and that you submitted, and we'll see what council decides, but hopefully we'll look forward to working with you.
Thank you for coming. Thanks to the staff too for the staff report, right to the point.
Well, do I have a motion?
I'll move to authorize the city manager to execute a professional service contract with Green Top Planning, Development, and Research for preparation of the City of Brookings housing needs analysis. Do we need the amount in that motion?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Okay. Will you call the question?
Counselor Martin,
Yes.
Counselor Talata,
Yes.
Mayor Prater.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Well, I guess then that concludes our meeting. So we'll close at